Hey there, my name is BJ O'Neill, and I lead our business teams here at Way Media all across the country. And wow, we're in a really unique time right now. And I wanted just to take a few moments while we're all kind of at home and waiting this thing out to number one, to say that we appreciate you, our ministry, and what we do and how we impact the lives of people all across the world. Simply can't happen without business partnerships just like yours. So thank you for your partnership. The next thing is, we're going to get through this. I really do believe that. It may not be easy, and we may not know exactly right now what it's going to look like. But I do know that we're going to get through this. I had the experience of going through the challenges after 9/11. And I was with Way back in 08, 09 after the recession from the fallout of AIG. And so I have some good experience going through this, and so that has taught me that we will get through this. It doesn't mean it's not going to come without some challenges. So I wanted just to give you some encouragement today and some hope, and to also just kind of give you some advice and some tips as you're trying to figure out what is life going to look like for me and my business as we move forward. There's a few things, I've taken some notes, and I wanted just to share a couple of things just to give you some ways to kind of creatively think through this process. And the first is this. You have an opportunity right now. Believe it or not, you do have an opportunity in the middle of this, we'll call it, virus situation, by right-sizing your expenses while adapting to drive revenue. In a time where everyone else, honestly, is beginning to downsize, and they're hiding and they're backing up, and they're honestly watching their businesses fall away. This is an opportunity for those who understand how to creatively get through challenging scenarios. And so if you back up, if you withdraw, and you do very little, that may not have the outcome that you really hope for, to be very, very honest with you. So what I want to encourage you with is that right now you got to get creative in finding ways to get more exposure than you really ever have, certainly in the last little while. Why is it important right now? Oh, one is that there's less noise. There's less people talking, there's less people doing, simply because of fear. Many business owners and entrepreneurs, unfortunately, will succumb to fear. You don't have to be one of those, and I want to encourage you to not be one of those. We want to help you with that. You have an opportunity to be heard in a different way. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You have to figure out what's best for you. But one of the first things that comes up is people say, well, how can I afford to do that? That's why you have to right size and get creative with either your fixed costs or whatever the case may be for you. Saying no and doing less is going to make things more challenging for you. And so you have an opportunity for those who understand how to double down and get more exposure, and we certainly can help you through that. For instance, you may say, well, everyone's at home right now. That's right, they are, but they're also on their computers, they're on their devices. So using social media and the internet and digital marketing is one of the best ways at the moment to be able to be heard, to be seen, and stay top of mind. That's your goal right now, is to stay top of mind, because there's just less people that are fighting for exposure right now. And so that means it's an opportunity for you. I remember a couple of things that happened in 09. This is what I want to encourage you with when it comes to finding fixed costs and right-siding our expenses. There's a conversation I had with someone who owned a business. They were in the financial services area, and they had done their business was doing really, really well. But you can imagine after the downfall of AIG in 08, things got really, really challenging. We had this exact conversation about right-sizing expenses to get more exposure because there was just less noise at the moment. And I really challenged them to really get under the hood to finding some expenses that they probably didn't really realize. Because here's what I know. In every situation, I have yet to meet a business or a business owner who doesn't have unrealized profit potential even in the midst of a crisis. I'm serious. And so they began to kind of to look at several things. And one thing that they discovered is that as things had the economy had been doing well, just like ours right now, And they kind of just took their eye off of some of their expenses, and they noticed that they had been doing a lot of team member and staff lunches. There's nothing wrong with that, especially when things are going well. But what they realized is they were spending over $1,200 a month in taking their teams out to eat every month, which is great, right? But it was an obvious place that they were able to grab some, to cut some expenses in the middle of a challenging season. So I want to encourage you, do you know for sure of all of your expenses? Are there ways that you can mitigate things, right size all of your expenses, and find ways to get lean? This is the time to get lean, but doing it without cutting your exposure. You cut your exposure, it's just going to be harder to fight back once things begin to rebound. The second thing I recall is with a car dealer. Automotive dealer who, especially after in 09, so many dealerships were cutting their exposure, their advertising, television and radio and billboards, you name it. Digital marketing wasn't then what it is today for sure. And we had the same discussion, and this is where this kind of came up, where if you actually can do more right now, get creative and do more, there's just less people fighting for eyeballs. There's less people fighting for ears. So if you can find a way to do more, stay consistent, stay relevant, stay top of mind, as things begin to rebound, you are there. You're positioned number one. And that's what they did, and they grew in spite of the challenges then, and I believe you can grow in spite of our challenges today. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying it's going to be doable. Some businesses are going to make it. Others will struggle if they just can try to just take across the board cuts. That's just really difficult to stay viable. So I wanted to encourage you. We're going to get through this. We love you. We're praying for you. If there's anything that we can help you with, if there's anything that we can do, we want to be there for you. We want to stand beside you and try to help you through this season. We're all in this together. If there's one thing that's true about this season compared to any other that I've experienced, at least in my life, we are truly all affected and all impacted, and we're all in this together. But the biggest thing is our ministry does not exist without wonderful support from businesses and organizations just like yours. It means so much to us. Thank you for all that you're doing with us, and we want to be there for you to support you as well. God bless you. If I can help you in any way possible, if I can give you some advice, please reach out to me. Well, I would love to do whatever I can to help you through this season. Okay, God bless and take care.